Hey Sharon, what on earth did you just do? Is that how your mother raised you? To be such an uneducated and unruly child? How dare you throw away the entire dinner while your husband's family was eating? And then you had the audacity to storm out and slam the door, ignoring my calls. Oh really? So what's the big deal? I went to the market alone, cooked, and prepared that entire dinner. Do you and your daughter not have any helping hands? If I don't like it, I just throw it away. And if you're not satisfied, the next time go ahead and cook for yourself. You ill-mannered daughter-in-law! How dare you act that way? Don't you have any respect for your mother-in-law and your sister-in-law? Just wait until your husband comes home from work. I will tell him to teach you some manners. And I'll make you pick up the food you threw in the trash and apologize to me. If you want others to respect you, you should show respect to them first. I worked so hard to cook dinner for you, but how did you treat me? I simply went upstairs to the bathroom for a moment to get rid of the food smell. And by the time I came back, you and Freya had already devoured almost everything. When I sat on the table, every time I touched something, you would quickly snatch it up and pile it onto your and Freya's plates. Is that how you show respect? I didn't want to see the food I worked so hard to cook being eaten by disrespectful people. So what's wrong with throwing it away? Hey, why should I respect you? You're just a lowly daughter-in-law. I have never encountered anyone as rude and insolent as you. It's your responsibility to cook for your husband's family. Something you ought to do. Since when do I have to feel grateful to you for that? You better come back here and prepare another meal for me right now. Don't even think about it. I won't tolerate this any longer. Ever since you and your daughter moved into my house, you have disrupted the peaceful life that my husband and I had. Today, if you want, we can settle everything, and then you can move out of my house. Why are you talking like that? You make it sound as if the entire family is ganging up on you. Besides, this is my son's house. It's not you who works hard to pay the mortgage, so you have no right to kick me out of this house. Oh, is that so? It seems like your son doesn't trust you enough to share everything with you. Well, we have a lot to discuss then, starting with your precious daughter. What's wrong with my daughter? Ever since your daughter moved here, various items from my room have gradually gone missing. Clothes, jewelry, cosmetics, they've all disappeared. No matter how many times I caught Freya rummaging through my things, she never listened to me. I made it clear that they were for my personal use, and if she wanted to borrow something, she should at least ask for permission. But even when she did use them, she never bothered to put them back in the proper place. Clothes were never washed and returned to me. Cosmetics were left open and spilled, and jewelry was rarely seen again. Oh, don't blame my daughter. It must be because you didn't take care of your things properly, so they got damaged. It's unreasonable to blame her. Besides, this house was purchased by my son, which means everything in this house belongs to him. Why should my daughter ask for your permission to do anything? Now I understand how Freya became so entitled and arrogant. It seems like you've taught her well. What do you mean by that? Are you criticizing me for not being able to raise a girl properly? Let me tell you. My daughter is a good, gentle, and beautiful girl. And my son is intelligent and talented. Both of my children are exceptional. Unlike you. You're just selfish. And let me tell you, your belongings aren't even worth my daughter's attention. What has Freya used to ruin your precious cosmetics and bring down her level? Exactly. They're just worthless junk to you, right? In that case, you should be willing to compensate me for those items on Freya's behalf, shouldn't you? The broken cosmetics alone were worth $1,000. And the jewelry and clothes she took from me, which were left dirty and torn, amounted to $4,000. So in total, it comes to $5,000. Huh, is that all? It's just a few measly coins. Yet you're making such a fuss about it. Just wait until my son comes home. I'll make sure he pays for everything. Mom, don't be so hasty. I haven't finished yet. You're aware that I've been losing money at home lately, right? I've been observing for a few days now, and the culprit happens to be your beloved daughter. What? What are you talking about? My daughter would never steal from anyone, so stop making up stories about her. I can't believe you would stoop so low as to tarnish my daughter's honor and dignity. Mom, don't deny it so quickly. Of course, when I make such accusations, I have concrete evidence to back them up. I've placed a hidden camera in my bedroom and captured clear footage of your daughter rummaging through my purse, happily counting the money. But it seems she forgot to return my wallet or something, as she took it and left the room. So now I kindly remind you to return that money to me, or I'll have no choice but to submit the video to the police and let them handle it. What? How dare you put a camera on my daughter? Besides, you and Freya are sisters-in-law. It's just that when she's in dire need of money, she borrows some from you. Why do you have to exaggerate it? All right, let's consider it as Freya borrowing money from me. So is it time for her to repay now? Over the past 2 weeks, Freya sneaked into my room and took money a total of 7 times. The amount she took adds up to $9,000. Along with the compensation for my belongings, Freya owes me a total of $14,000. Just $14,000? So you're treating your sister-in-law like a criminal? I deeply regret marrying you and having you as the daughter-in-law of this house. You're so uneducated and disrespectful. So you think your daughter is educated when she steals from others? How dare you raise your voice at me like that? Mom, please calm down. Save your breath because the best part is yet to come. Now, it's your turn. What about me? What did you do? Do you remember a week ago when I bought some tonics and supplements for my mother to take to the hospital? But when I went back to the kitchen to prepare chicken soup for her, I found that those potions had expired. So what? I told you it wasn't me. Are you blaming me again? I don't know anything about drugs. Maybe the pharmacist tricked you. And now you're accusing me of swapping your drugs? How could that be when the pharmacist is my best friend? She's a pharmacist with many years of experience, so she wouldn't deceive me. Besides, I actually knew it was you from that day, but I decided to give you another chance. But it seems you considered me an ignorant fool, and that's why you acted that way, right? I told you, I don't know anything. Oh, really? But the camera in the living room tells a different story. You probably didn't know that I also installed cameras in the living room and kitchen, did you? I saw you swapping those potions with something else. Well, go ahead and do that. So what? You always only care about taking care of and buying things for your biological mother, using the hard-earned money of my son. Yet you never ask or buy anything for your mother-in-law and sister-in-law, who are right next to you every day. Making a big fuss over a few potions? That's disgusting. So why didn't you tell me and keep doing these impolite things? Not to mention you've been ordering online recently, but the delivery address is my company? Well, you just have to accept it on my behalf. What's the problem? It affects my work progress. Moreover, you don't pay for those orders in advance. So every time I receive the goods, I have to pay for you. But you never pay me back. Huh! I shouldn't have expected gratitude from you. There's never anything left to be repaid. But things are different now. The total amount I've paid for your online orders is $7,000. Along with the swapped out tonic, it adds up to $8,200. Don't deny it. I have already recorded the details of each order's value and the order numbers. If you want, I'm willing to sit down and discuss this with you. You? How dare you demand repayment from your mother-in-law like that? I haven't finished yet. A few months ago, you borrowed $50,000 from me for some other investment. Now, it's time to repay that. However, since you are still my mother-in-law, I won't charge you any interest. So the total amount you owe me is $58,200. I accept cash or bank transfer. What kind of daughter-in-law dares to claim debts from her mother-in-law and sister-in-law like this? What's wrong with that? If you borrow money, you have to pay it back. It's the natural law of life. I'm not a fool or a servant who spends all day earning money for you to squander it like that. I will tell my son about this. You won't get away with it. I'll call him right now. I'll make sure he divorces you and kicks you out of this house. Ooh, I'm so scared. Who are you trying to intimidate? Go ahead. Call your beloved son, so I don't have to waste time listening to his pleas. I've already prepared the divorce papers. As soon as your son signs them, we'll never have to see each other again. What have you done to my son that he doesn't dare to divorce you like that? Did he really say I have to give in to you a little? Don't think that just because my son loves you, you can treat me however you want. My son is handsome, intelligent, and talented. I can find him a much more obedient and gentle wife than you. A wife like you is unacceptable. Can't he get a divorce? Fine. I'll file for divorce myself. Huh. Does he love me? Are you joking? He claims to love me but lets my mother and sister bully his wife without standing up for her. He's nothing but a coward. Looks like he hasn't told you the truth yet, has he? Well, let me enlighten you. The truth? What are you talking about? Your precious son, the one you're always proud of, has been leeching off his wife since 4 months ago. What are you saying? Who's leeching off whom? Nonsense! He's been unemployed for the past 5 months. Whenever he applies for a job at the office, he gets fired within a week due to his incompetence, causing harm to the company. As a delivery man, he complains about being tired, ashamed, and shy. So, for the past few months, he pretends to go to work to avoid suspicion. But in reality, he doesn't bring home any money. He has even become addicted to gambling, spending all his time at the casino. What? Are you serious? No, you must be joking. Business trips. He's been gambling at the casino and lost all his money, so they won't let him back. He called me for help. But what you did today was the last straw. I won't help him anymore. If you truly love your son, you should find a way to save him from that situation. What about the house? I've been solely responsible for paying the mortgage installments, and my parents have also helped. Your son has never contributed a dime to this house. No, I can't believe this. Just because you can make money doesn't mean you can look down on your in-laws. I've had enough of your lies and disrespect. From this moment on, you and your son are no longer welcome in this house. Pack your belongings and leave immediately. How can you do this? This is our family home. You can't just kick us out like this. We have rights. Rights? Let me tell you of something. This house was purchased by my hard-earned money and the support of my parents. You and your son have contributed nothing but trouble. I have tolerated your behavior for far too long. But no more. We have nowhere else to go. That's not my concern. You should have thought about that before betraying my trust and taking advantage of me. Find a place to stay or rely on your husband's supposed talents to support you. I'm done being taken advantage of. You'll regret this, Sharon. Mark my words. I highly doubt that. Goodbye, Judy. Your presence is no longer welcome in my life or in this house. Oh, poor Sharon. Had a little fall down the stairs, did we? Maybe you'll finally understand what it feels like to suffer. And guess what? You won't be getting any sympathy from me. In fact, I hope you suffer even more. How dare you even speak to me after what you've done? You caused this. You and Freya. You are wicked, both of you. You almost caused someone's death. And don't think you can escape from this. You'll be staying right where you belong. In jail, waiting for the police to take you and your daughter away. That's when the real suffering will begin for you and your daughter. It'll make a perfect new home for you. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. You fell on your own. I was just behind you. If you don't believe me, go ahead and check the camera footage in the living room. You're quite the sly fox, aren't you? I already checked the footage without your reminder. But you conveniently covered the camera with a cloth, didn't you? If you didn't have any intention of harming me, then why were you and Freya still lingering around my house even after I told you to leave before I arrived? Oh, come on. I had to wait for you to come home so I could say goodbye, and I needed time to pack as well. Besides, I used up all the remaining money to pay off my son's gambling debt. So now that I want to move, I have nowhere else to go. But isn't it karma for you to end up trapped in my box and fall down the stairs? But why are you being so tough? The stairs are quite long, yet you managed only to hit your head and bleed from your legs and fainted. Bleeding legs? Do you really not know what actually happened? It wasn't my legs bleeding, but I had a fetal derangement. You put your own grandchild in danger with your own hands. Grandchild? What grandchild? What on earth are you talking about? Do you want to know why I have been patient with you for the past 2 months since you and Freya moved in? It's because a week after you moved in, I found out I was pregnant. I wanted my child to have a complete and happy family. So I tried to be patient and hope that maybe you and Freya would change your attitudes and treat me better. Or that my husband would stop gambling and focus on our family. But the other day, I saw the true faces of you and your daughter, and I realized it was just wishful thinking. How can my child grow up in such an environment? Seeing his mother being treated like a servant to a gambling father and a toxic paternal family. 2 months? So why didn't you say anything to us? Oh my gosh, this is just a dream, isn't it? Are you just saying that to make me feel guilty? Say so! Why should I lie to you? I will never make fun of other people's children like you. You can go up to my bedroom and look in the nightstand and you'll find my ultrasound papers there. I want to talk to you so many times, but every time I say that I have something important to say, you laugh and insult me. You say I have no voice in this house. My husband is not seen at home and is always attached to the casino. If he comes back, it's just to get money and then leave. So who can I talk to? Hold on a second. This ultrasound. This is the truth? No way. So how's the baby? It's all your fault. If you had told me you were pregnant, I wouldn't have. How's the baby? Is it okay? Is it too late to worry now? It's all your fault. Admit it. Don't make excuses anymore. It was you who pushed me down the stairs. Don't think I don't have any proof. I have recorded everything. Recording? Record what? I don't care. How is my poor grandson? Oh no. What if it's a boy? If my son finds out, he will kill me. Tell me, how's the baby in your belly? Is it still healthy? When I got home and still saw you and Freya there, I had a bad feeling. So I called my mom and told her to turn on call recording. And if I had anything to do, go get my phone and leave it hidden in the potted plant in the living room. And it's already recording the whole conversation. You conspired with Freya about harming me to take over this house. Because if I die, the house will belong to your son, right? That's right. That's what I do. Is that an answer that pleases you? Now, don't be so verbose, but tell me about my grandson's condition. Well, there is no more grandson. What? Oh my God! No way! I killed my own grandson? How could that be possible? That's right. You killed your own grandson yourself. From now on, the baby will be only mine. Only me. No longer related to your family. What do you mean? That means the baby is still in your belly, right? Yes, the baby is still in my belly. But don't think for a second that you have any claim to this child. You've proven yourself to be a danger, not just to me, but to your own flesh and blood. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I never wanted to harm my own grandchild. It was just a terrible accident. No, that's just a prank. A prank? Is that what you think this is? You call the potential loss of an innocent life a prank? You're delusional, Judy. This is far beyond a mere prank. Your actions were calculated, malicious, and showed complete disregard for the life growing inside me. Sharon, please believe me. I never intended for any harm to come to the baby. Save those words for the court. I have already reported you to the police for intentional harm and endangerment. Your admission just now is solid evidence against you. I won't allow you to continue hurting me or my child. What? That's impossible. You can't accuse your own mother-in-law like this. I said it was just a harmless joke. Is there something you don't understand? If I go to jail, what will happen to my 2 children? Don't worry. You won't be going to jail alone. I have also provided the police with evidence of Freya entering my room, stealing money, and vandalizing my belongings. Both of you will have each other's company. No, this can't be happening. Why are you doing this to your sister-in-law? Didn't you promise to let it go? I never promised to forgive her. I merely said that if you could repay the money she owes me, I would pretend nothing happened. But where is my payment? So I made the right decision. Just wait. I'll talk to your husband, and he won't let you sue me. I am his mother. He has to support me. Oh, please stop with your wild dreams. Your son can't even help himself. He lost all his money again, and now he's being held by the casino until someone comes to bail him out. But what will happen now? Both you and Freya might end up in jail. As for me, I'll be in the hospital. Oh wait, I've already filed for divorce. What more ties do I have with this family? It'll probably be a while before he gets out, right? I'm curious to see what they'll do to him if no one comes to his rescue. You can't do this! We're family! How could you turn against us like this? Family? Is that what you call this toxic dynamic? I won't let my child grow up in an environment where manipulation and deceit reign. Your actions have shown your true colors, and I will protect my child at all costs. You're making a grave mistake, Sharon. You'll regret this. Regret? I've already endured enough regrets by marrying into this family. But no more. I'm breaking free from this toxic cycle, and I won't look back. Prepare to face the consequences of your actions, Judy. The law will decide your fate. In the days that followed, the evidence against Judy and Freya grew stronger, painting a disturbing picture of their sinister intentions and the depth of their depravity. As the truth unravels, the weight of their crimes becomes undeniable. Judy and Freya were not only found guilty of willful harm, theft, and destruction of property, but also of premeditated endangering the lives of others. The court showed no mercy, as the damage they had caused was irreparable. Judy was sentenced to 5 years in prison, while Freya was sentenced to 3 years in prison. My ex-husband, trapped in a spiral of addiction and recklessness, had to face the full consequences of his choices. I heard that because no one paid his ransom, they brought him to the mining area to work there for free to pay off the debt. But it looks like it will take at least 10 years for him to get out of there. As the months passed, I gave birth to a beautiful and healthy girl. I poured all my love and care into raising my child, creating a safe and nurturing environment. I embraced my new role as a single mother with unwavering determination and a renewed sense of purpose. As time went on, I found solace in my newfound independence. I reveled in the joys and challenges of motherhood, cherished every precious moment with my child. I proved to myself and the world that I was capable of achieving great things, even as a single mother. The journey wasn't without its obstacles, but I faced them head-on, drawing strength from my past experience and the unyielding love I had for my child.